Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tiernan, for those of you who don't know me. Usually on this channel I do unboxings, reviews, networking, sort of bits and pieces and the like. Today I'm doing something completely different. I've been playing around with the whole I've been reading and watching a lot of videos online about retro networking, retro computing, everything else, and it's an era that I kind of grew up in to an extent. I got my first, my family got their first computer, which ended up being mine anyway, back in 1995. I managed to take it apart to see how it worked after a couple of weeks, and it was an old 486 running Windows 3.1. About a year or two later, I got a Windows 95 box. I ended up with other machines over time. Internet upgraded from 56k to 56k limited dial-up, as in certain times of the day you could call without charging an arm and a leg. Those times of the day were night mainly. Then we got an unlimited calling plan for our modem, or for the dial-up. Moved to cable modem, everything else. As soon as we got unlimited dial-up, I ended up then starting running servers. I got an old machine. I installed a copy of Linux on it, and it acted as a dial-up modem, or a dial-up server. It dialed to the internet and then shared that internet connection with, at the time, to start with, it was my computer, which was sitting right beside it over a small network connection. My sister then ended up getting a PC in her room, and it extended to that. Then things just started to move forward. We got broadband with cable modem, and I'm now, how much you can see in the room, but yeah, that mess then happened. So yeah, it's been 30 years, Jesus. It's been 30 years since I got my first computer, so I am now going back to it and starting to look at different things. This is going to be a series. Hopefully people are interested in this will like and subscribe to the videos. The first video, this being the first video, I am working on a IBM ThinkPad running Windows 2000. I'm going to get it to connect to my wired network, and I am also going to get it to connect to dial-up modems. I have ordered an iBook G3, which should be arriving in the next couple of days, along with a power adapter for a PowerBook G4, which is one of the oldest machines I still have. I'm just looking to see if I can find it. It's on a shelf up there. I have this doohickey. So it is the Pocket 386. This is relatively new, came out last year before last, but it's got a 40 megahertz 386 processor. It's got a massive 8 megs of RAM, and it's got a 2 gig SD card. Oh, CF card, sorry. There's a 2 gig CF card on there. The only way to connect this to anything is there is a USB port, which is used for storage. Copy files off the CF card, or connect to it over serial connection of some sort. So I want to try and get that up and running as well. My end goal involves the ThinkPad, the PowerBook and the iBook, and possibly either the 386 or a Scion. Yes, I have random hardware just sitting around the place. Scion Series 5. I don't know what Series 5 is that actually. It's just the Series 5. So there's a Series 5 and a Series 5 MX. I couldn't remember which one I bought. Anyway, so the Scion, if I can get that connected to some sort of a retro network. And essentially then my next challenge is to build retro servers. Now, whether they be physical servers, they're probably going to be starting as VMs. So running Windows Server 2000, Windows 2000 Server Edition, Exchange from around that era. I don't know what they call it. Was Exchange 6, 6.5, or did they call it Exchange 2000? I can't remember. IIS, SQL Server, all that sort of jazz. Have them installed on a VM that can send and receive emails internally. So the iBook can send a message to the ThinkPad over email. Have an internal website set up so that users can read web pages. I want to be able to set it up to use FrontPage or Microsoft Internet for deploying websites, basically, like small little websites that you can build, and possibly, depending on how stupid this is, have this somewhat publicly accessible. Now, I don't mean actually sticking a Windows 2000 server as public, or giving a Windows 2000 server a public IP address and letting it free on the internet, but have a proxy in front and use Cloudflare in front of the Windows 2000 web server, so that it's kind of Cloudflare is blocking bad stuff. Use something like Proxmox Mail Gateway in front of Exchange. I have a load of domains that I could assign to one of these, so I could set up a domain that is hosted on IIS on a Windows 2000 box that is edited by a Windows 2000 NT or Windows NT, a Windows 2000 workstation, or even a Mac, an old school Mac, and then play with stuff like dial-up, ISDN, and anything like that, basically. So yeah, this is kind of odd in that I'm actually recording this out of sequence. I've already played with the ThinkPad. I've already got up and running. I've got videos that are coming next. So I know how this video ends, or well, I know how the next part of this video. Well, yeah, I don't know actually. It could still go video. We'll see. So I'll leave it at that. Next part is going to be me earlier on messing around with trying to get Windows 2000 installed on this box, and yeah, we will see where we go after that. And install it. Okay, so long story boring. This is my IBM ThinkPad. It's a R51e. Yeah, R51e. I don't know if you can actually see what it says there. Arrived in the post this morning. I have it running off a USB-C adapter into a into a standard socket, and then it's being powered off my whatever this thing is called, Charge ASAP Power Doohickey. So it's currently using about 31.5 watts of power to run this. Now, there is a CD-ROM drive in it, there is a hard drive in it, obviously. There is no battery, and it's got a 20 gig hard drive by the looks of things. It is a spinning disk. I am going to replace that at some stage. To get Windows, I tried to install Windows NT 4 on this, but it just keeps blue screening on install, including NT 4 with Service Pack 6. So I tried Windows 2000, I tried standard Windows 2000, it crashed. This is Windows 2000 Pro with Service Pack 4. To actually get this up and running, I'm using my iOD ST400. This has a 512 gig SSD in here, and I've installed I've copied the Windows 2000 ISO that I got off of archive.org, plugged it into one of the USB spots, and it is seen as a CD drive. Now when I actually plug it in, I do also see this 475 gig drive. It's unknown. That's the iOD, because the hard drive part of the iOD is being seen. But anyway, we'll ignore that for the moment. So I'm going to go through the setup. I am creating a new crap. I didn't do something stupid there, did I? This might take a few minutes if I've pressed the wrong button and told it to do a slow format. Alright, I'll be back. 20 minutes to format a 20 gig spinny disk. It is now in the process of copying files over. It started a few minutes ago, so it is connected at FS speed, so that's fast. I think that says FS, yeah, FS on the top. So it's fast networking, so that's what, 480 megabits a second roughly. So that's copying files onto Lenovo. Actually, this is a Lenovo. I've been thinking this was IBM, but when it boots up, it says from Lenovo. It's still got the IBM logo on it. It's still an IBM ThinkPad, but the BIOS says Lenovo. I didn't realise Lenovo had bought machines that machine that old. So yeah, let me see, can I find a release date of when this thing came out? Probably can, I just can't find it. Please wait till it initializes your configuration. Okay, happy days. So I'll right, enter to reboot. That's the enter key that I need to use. Okay, actually while I'm here, buy Lenovo. See? I wasn't just reading things. Okay, anyway, I'll be back to yeah, the Windows 2000 professional boot screen. I remember the days. Anyway, yeah, that boot, press enter to boot from CD, or press any key to boot from CD. I thought that was a newer thing. I didn't realise it came out in 2000. So anyway, you learn something new every day. Right, on to the next part. Let's see where we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Just as I was about to say I had a problem, Windows has popped up and shot. Aha, you little beauty. Okay. So I was going to record this to say I had a issue that Windows 2000 was not seeing my USB drive. And well, just as I started recording, Windows 2000 seen my USB drivers. Windows Ethernet. Windows 2000. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see if I can get the drivers working. Give me a minute. Okay, so good news. Ethernet driver is now installed. Let's have a look and see if I can find a network cable and run a test. I've only got a few minutes left before this thing runs out of battery, but let's see what happens. 2 minutes. In a world full of bloody network cables, and a room full of network cable, one man always seems to struggle to find said network cables that are working. But he has 100 megabits per second. Let's see, properties, TCP IP, obtain IP normally. Okay. It's been a while. There's usually a what you call it. It usually there's properties there. No, hold on. That doesn't tell me what's after doing. Cancel. Why is only received 4? Yeah. Stig, run, CMD, enter, ping, 1.1.1.1. Yay! Ancient technology is on the internet. Score 1 for old Lenovo ThinkPad IBM, whatever this thing is called. Okay, so happy days. We are online. Do we have DNS actually? Ping 02l.ie. Yes, we are online as well. Nice. Yay. Okay. Now to disconnect this, turn it off, charge the big battery, and see where we go from here. Okay. Okay, just a quick one before I log off for a few minutes. I have successfully managed to get this connected to the internet. So Windows 2000 on frog find. In future, do not show this message and hit yes. So this is, I think, Internet Explorer really old edition. Where are we? About Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer 5. So it's not exactly new, but we are online. Happy days. Now to make sure I've got all the drivers and everything else installed. And yeah, Jesus, Windows 2000 is 25 years old. When was that? When was that post written? Doesn't actually say. Professional version was 319 for a full edition, 150 for an upgrade. Windows Server was $1,000. Data center cost 4. So, alright, anyway, on to the next part. Okay, so we have managed to do some tweaks. First things first, I got a mouse working with this. It's funny because this is like a mouse from, it's a relatively new mouse. It's a MX Master S2. It's got a USB dongle. I plugged it in, Windows popped up, said, ooh, I can find stuff. And then once it found stuff, it was good, really. So yeah, happy days. And now I am running Windows Update Restored, which is finding some updates for the machine. So, yeah, this is Euro converted .NET Framework 2. I need that for drivers. So yeah, this is pretty handy, and the fact that I've got my mouse back means I don't have to mess around too much. Hold on. What was that driver? Properties, hardware, device manager, VGA controller, update driver. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get the graphics drivers installed on this machine and see what happens. See if I can get anything working properly. Okay, so we have just installed the Windows Legacy updater. So this is Windows Update Restored, essentially. So this is an installer that allows you to download Windows Update. So the first thing that it decided to do was installed IE 6.0 SP1, and we are going to run through this process. So change settings, okay, check for updates. Okay, I don't know what that's doing. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Hold on, give me a look. Windows Update 6, custom. So I am missing a driver. Which is making things a bit more complicated. Let me see, frogfile.com. I think had R51e drivers. Okay. ThinkWiki. So okay, let's have a look. Physical specifications. Where do I find the graphics drivers? Until Linux drivers, blah 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 blah. No? Yeah. So driver matrix. Here we go. So graphics drivers. Windows XP. ATI graphics driver. Can I go to the here? No. Right. Okay. Back to the drawing board, and yeah. Okay, back to the drawing board. I'll be back. Yay! So finally, after a lot of messing with Windows updates, I have managed to get the 3 important drivers that I needed. ATI Radeon Express 200M graphics, modem, ThinkPad integrated 56k modem, and something else. To tell you the truth, the third one is probably not that important. It might be, God only knows what the hell it does, but the one I wanted was the 56k modem and the Radeon graphics. ThinkPad PM device is what it's called. Now what a PM device is, I have no idea. There keeps being a mention of a fingerprint reader somewhere. What's the access IBM button do? Doesn't seem to do anything anyway. Right, installing graphics drivers. So, happy days. We have graphics installing. We have modem drivers installing. I think I'm going to just about give up on this for the moment. Because I'm a little bit on the knackered side. And I think the battery is starting to run down on this charger as well. It would have been smart. I do actually have a power adapter for this, and it would have been smart to take said power adapter and use it. But when have I ever done anything intelligent? I mean, I've just gone off and spent 70 quid on an old Toshiba, no, it's not Toshiba, an old IBM ThinkPad. Probably another 70-80 quid on the iBook. It was 40 quid for the power adapter for the PowerBook. I bought an ISDN modem which cost me 30 odd quid, and I bought an ISDN network doohickey. These are all things coming down the road. I bought that, and that cost me another 50 or 60 quid. So, as I've said before, and I'll say again, I've never done anything intelligent. Nobody can ever say that I have. Well, some people might say it, but they'd definitely be lying. Okay, restart. Anyway, right, so I'm going to leave this running. I'm going to see if I can get dial-up running in the next 5 minutes. If I can get it to dial to the internet and get to google.com, I will be happy, and I will then go to bed, and yeah, happy days. I'll disconnect the Ethernet port on this, and I will charge my power adapter, and I will go to Benny Boys and try and figure this out tomorrow. Oh, okay, give me 5 minutes. Let me see where we get in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so modem is installed. I have set up my connection to the serial port. I'm connecting to 520.0201. Redial 3 minutes, security. I'm just gonna leave everything as standard because I cannot remember what I need to put in here. And I'm gonna hit dial. Now, okay. Don't actually hear anything because I have no sound drivers installed on this thing. listed as dialing. Now this is going through, so cable directly into my Linksys PAP2. Linksys PAP2 is then calling or is connecting to my free PBX box. The free PBX box then does the connection back to the service or the serial port, and yeah, this does not look promising. No answer. Okay, let's have a look at something, shall we? Might as well do a bit of troubleshooting while people are here, because why not? I mean, alright, so let's go to, let's have a look. Where's my mouse? There it is. And free PBX. Okay, let's see what is actually happening on free PBX when I make that call. So there is a connection from the so that is connected. Well, it's marked as the connection is connected, as in the phone call is connected. Probably dialing something. There is an active, what you call it? Yeah, there's an active call. Sorry, you're not probably seeing much of this. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let me see. So it's marked as dialing, but nothing's really happening. So portal.serialport.org. So I am a patron of the serial port, so I get access to their web interface. And if I go into VoIP directory, there's John Creasy's ISP. So let's try his connection, shall we? Because what could possibly go wrong? New connection. Dial to the internet. Set it up yourself. Modem. Right, so 520.0528. Don't use dialing rules. And dial. John Creasy, no mail account, next. Right, so hit dial and hit call. Dialing. Okay. So I can see the Linksys has gone off and picked it up. No, yeah, Linksys is out there sending a call to the free PBX, and there's something going on there, I'm hoping. might have to debug this a bit more. It's a pity I don't have any audio to be able to figure out is anything actually working. Like, I mean, is the reason why this is taking so long because I'm not getting audio back? Is there some other screw up going on somewhere? No answer. Okay. Let's see. If I go into Hyper Terminal, so when in doubt, open Hyper Terminal. We go test Ireland phone number. We're just going to try let's try 5200201. Hit OK. Calling direct dialing. So let's try another number, shall we? So on the serial port, it tells me if I ring 253, right, 2970, 253 2970, I should get a always busy. So in that case, it will actually tell me I'm getting to somewhere as a test. So dialing. And I'm getting nowhere. Okay. So I think there's something wrong with my SIP setup, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But that's going to be a job for tomorrow. Current turn is giving up. Right, cancel. Yeah, die. Do you want to save the session? No. I'm gonna shut this down and I'll figure it out tomorrow at some stage. Okay. Right. Hopefully I'll have better news the next part of this video. Okay, so modem is installed. I have set up my connection to the serial port. I'm connecting to 520.0201. Redial 3 minutes. Security. I'm just gonna leave everything as standard because I cannot remember what I need to put in here. And I'm gonna hit dial. Now. Okay. Don't actually hear anything because I have no sound progress installed on this thing. It's listed as dialing. Now this is going through, so cable directly into my Linksys PAP2. Linksys PAP2 is then calling, or is connecting to my free PBX box. The free PBX box then does the connection back to the service, or the serial port, and yeah, this does not look promising. No answer. Okay, let's have a look at something, shall we? Might as well do a bit of troubleshooting while people are here, because why not? I mean, alright, so let's go to, let's have a look. Where's my mouse? There it is. And free PBX. Okay, let's see what is actually happening on free PBX when I make that call. So there is a connection from the, so that is connected. Well, it's marked as the connection is connected, as in the phone call is connected. Probably dialing something. There is an active, what you call it? Yeah, there's an active call. Sorry, you're not probably seeing much of this. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let me see. So it's marked as dialing, but nothing's really happening. So portal.serialport.org. So I am a patron of the serial port, so I get access to their web interface. And if I go into VoIP directory, there's John Creasy's ISP. So let's try his connection, shall we? Because what could possibly go wrong? New connection. Dial to the internet. Set it up yourself. Modem. Right, so 520.0528. Don't use dialing rules. And dial. John Creasy, no mail account, next. Right, so hit dial and hit call. Dialing. Okay. So I can see the Linksys has gone off and picked it up. No, yeah, Linksys is out there sending a call to the free PBX, and there's something going on there. I'm hoping. I might have to debug this a bit more. Pity I don't have any audio to be able to figure out is anything actually working. Like, I mean, is the reason why this is taking so long because I'm not getting audio back? Is there some other screw up going on somewhere? No answer. Okay. Let's see. If I go into Hyper Terminal, so when in doubt, open Hyper Terminal. We go test Ireland phone number. We're just going to try let's try 5200201. Hit OK. Calling direct dialing. So let's try another number, shall we? So on the serial port, it tells me if I ring 253, right, 2970, 253 2970, I should get a always busy. So in that case, it will actually tell me I'm getting to somewhere as a test. So dialing. And I'm getting nowhere. Okay. So I think there's something wrong with my SIP setup, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But that's going to be a job for tomorrow. Turn is giving up. Right, cancel. Yeah, die. Do you want to save the session? No. I'm gonna shut this down and I'll figure it out tomorrow at some stage. Okay. Right. Hopefully I'll have better news the next part of this video. So, good morning. It is now the next day, and I've installed WinZip. I installed WinZip on this machine yesterday, and I also made sure that all of the drivers, or all of the Windows updates that were required have been installed. So let me go to, there we go. Okay, so right, 16, let's change IP 156. Okay, they should be connected to, yeah, there we go. Static browser, and I think it's on my ThinkPad. Yeah. So I am trying to get the audio I'm trying to get the audio working. So that's wireless on. Okay, so I actually did find out this has a Wi-Fi adapter in it, which is interesting. Probably won't use it with Handy Tablet installed. It's actually branded Lenovo Wi-Fi. So yeah, it's kind of handy to have it. Because there was a device showing up in I'm thinking all of the Windows installers. Custom install next. Okay, so there's still more updates to be installed for Windows 2000. Interesting. Okay, I'll install them later. Let me see, which one, right, this 31. See, one of these is going to be my audio driver, which I'm hoping will allow me to hear the ringing of the modem, which audio features, there we go, happy days. Which if I have audio, I can at least figure out what's going on with the dial. Now, I don't have a lot of time to play with this today, because I'm a lazy git. I'm off tomorrow, so whatever I don't get sorted today, no, I don't want to do that. I want to skip, no, fucking restart here, yeah. Scan format control, why did I do that? Although, network dockers, reinstall driver, search, specify location, blah blah, that's video, wireless LAN, no, I meant it to sound, wasn't it audio? I don't really know what I'm looking at. Oh wait, hold on, there it is, it's at the window. Completely accidentally. So there's the sound card installed anyway. Installing software for your doohickey. Finished. Okay. So in that case, if we go on to dial-up networking, I hear nothing. Okay. Enable modem speaking is on. Not here, maybe. You know what? It's been so long, I don't know how to make noise. Windows Media Player. Radio. No. No. Ah. Right. Anyway. Let's try restart. For all I know, I need a restart before the audio starts working. It didn't actually pop up to tell me to restart. Now, hold on, where is function F5? Don't know what that does. Okay. Let's reboot this and see what happens. Okay, so it has rebooted. I do now see the icon on the screen. Let me see if I can on the bottom here. So there is the little icon to indicate that I am still can't hear anything. Audio doesn't seem to be working either. Alright. Oh well. Oh, hold on. Hold on, right. Let's connect. Oh, Christ. Alright, this. Get out, you little. Okay, network port is disconnected. But modem is online. I am connected to the internet via dial-up using John Creasy on the Internet Explorer, and I'm going to go. Let's put the camera back down, zoom back out a bit. I'm going to go to frogfind.com and it's loaded. Okay, I'm going to do a search for Windows 2000. I'm getting compression and everything. I am connected. I have an IP address. So let's go to Windows, the wiki. And there we go. Wow. Let's do a search for, let's see if I'm famous. There we go, there's my website. So if I click on that, there we go. Article missing content type or content link header. Okay, yeah. View web page images. That's our number 1. Okay, it's a blank. That's from WordPress, and that's number 2. Alright, yeah, my iPad. So there's talking about my network upgrade. There's my current. That's the last one. Wow. This is cool. I'm on the internet. I'm old 56k. Well, it's not even at 56k. I'm at 31k. but it is working. Let's see what the ping times are like. Run. Command. Ping. 101.101. Okay. 600 milliseconds ping time. Please. Was there a retro web? I don't know what the audio on this is going to sound like. The retroweb.com. Oh, that's the website that has all of the old machines now. Now I remember what that one was. Let's have a look. 68k.news. This is another site by your man Sean at Action Retro. So he built Frogfire, and he's also built 68k news. So yeah. There we go. We're on the internet. And like to prove like we're on the internet, look. There's the Ethernet cable that was originally plugged in. It is not plugged in anymore. And then down on the screen here, we can see dial-up is on and Ethernet is off. And I haven't configured Wi-Fi yet. Wow. Okay. So, yay! Happy days. Right. Next. Okay. So what I think that was what I wanted to get done for this video. I think I'm happy with this so far. And sneak peek at what's coming next. Ignore the rubbish that's there, but Marble G4 and an iBook G3. They're my next couple of videos, and then ISDN modem is into the back. So, and then, it's completely nuts. This machine I bought back in 2005. This one arrived this morning. That's my god box. This is a twin 20-core Xeon with 256 gigs of RAM. I have a Mac Studio with an M1 Max, a Mac Mini with an M2, I have a Mac Mini with an M4, and then my main laptop, which is hiding under here, is a MacBook Pro with an M1 Max chip, and then we've got all the networking gear and a couple of my so these are Proxmox servers at the moment and everything else. So the thing that's made me happiest today is the fact that I'm actually online at 33.6k on my ThinkPad. Yay! Now, I wonder if I wonder if we can get Discord working on this. Anyway, that's a problem for another day. If you like this kind of video, like, subscribe, comment. I have some more stuff coming up next. And yeah, as I said, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you. Good luck.